Under President Trump's orders, the submarine will enter Russian waters in response to Medvedev's provocative remarks. You may wonder, why choose an aging Ohio submarine when America has so many strategic weapons? Because today's Russia is far weaker than the Soviet Union once was. Russia boasts of its Delta and Borat-class nuclear submarines, claiming they rivaled the Ohio, and on land it fields the RS-24 Yars and RS-28 Sarmat ICBMs. Yet if Putin ever launched a preemptive strike, America could still face devastation, even with a nuclear counterattack. To prevent that outcome, Washington positions ballistic missile submarines close to Russian territory, linked with advanced intelligence systems. At the very first sign of unusual activity, missiles would be launched instantly to neutralize the threat. At its core, the Ohio carries 20 Trident II-D5 missiles, each ready to fire. Every missile holds up to 8 W-88 warheads, each with a yield of 475 kilotons, about 30 times Hiroshima's bomb. A simple comparison: the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, at just 16 kilotons, caused unimaginable destruction. Now imagine a single W-88 warhead, with 29 times that power. How terrifying would the result be? A single Trident II-D5 can wipe out 8 cities, striking anywhere on Earth with its 12,000-kilometer range. If ordered to strike Russia, the crew would follow 3 steps. First, move near Kamchatka, Sakhalin, or Japan's Hokkaido. Second, lock Moscow as the main target. And third, launch the missiles to ensure its destruction. Moscow isn't the only target. Cities within 1,500 kilometers, like Tula, Kaluga, or Vladimir, could also be hit. Strikes might extend to St. Petersburg or Kursk. With each missile taking just 56 seconds to launch, an Ohio-class submarine could level Russia in only 15 minutes. Of course, Russia possesses formidable defenses, most notably the S-400 system. But intercepting a missile requires even greater speed. The S-400's interceptor travels at about 17,000 km per hour, while the Trident II-D5 reaches 21,000. That difference renders any Russian attempt at interception effectively meaningless. Russia relentlessly hunts Ohio subs, but the crews stay calm, because even the most advanced surveillance cannot uncover the steel giant's hidden presence. Ohio subs use stealth design, counter-sonar shields, and 7 electronic warfare systems. First is the radar warning system, detecting and analyzing signals up to 18 GHz to identify threats. Second is the WLR-10, mounted on the antenna mast. This system provides real-time imaging and warnings of short-range threats. Imagine an enemy submarine detecting Ohio and launching a torpedo, an extremely dangerous scenario. Yet there's no fear, because Ohio carries the Mode 1 acoustic countermeasure. At close range, it deploys a buoy that emits powerful high-frequency signals, jamming the torpedo's guidance and forcing it off course. For counterattacks, the third system comes into play, the AN/BQQ-6, a long-range sonar integrated with the torpedo control system. It features 944 hydrophones mounted on a sphere, with another 100 sensors along the sides of the hull. Its mission is to detect the position, size, and movement of enemy submarines, then guide torpedoes directly to the target. Once the target is destroyed, the Ohio sub moves away to a safe location. Fourth is the periscope system. Ohio has 2. A small one on the starboard and a larger one on the port side. They serve as optical lenses and powerful signal antennas. Along with an ESM device near position 15L, these systems work together to detect and respond to threats efficiently. The fifth system is the BPS-16 radar, specialized in surface target detection. It delivers real-time visual data to the command center and can operate effectively even in harsh weather or when obstacles are present. Its standout feature is the integrated automated navigation system, a technology not found on Russian submarines. This allows the crew to easily plan and optimize routes, monitor performance, and receive suggestions for improving future missions. The sixth system is the inertial navigation system. It uses an electronic gyroscope to continuously calculate the submarine's position based on latitude, longitude, and acceleration. Over decades of operation, it has proven almost flawless. Finally, all operations are managed by the CCS-Mk2 command system, the brain of the Ohio. It controls weapons, sensors, and combat analysis. The crew can detect, track, and strike targets thousands of kilometers away. Mastering CCS-Mk2 ensures full control inside and outside the submarine, maintaining long-term operational readiness. The Ohio-class nuclear submarine uses a carefully engineered reactor. Unlike noisy Soviet designs, it operates silently and smoothly. Undetectable below 100 meters, it can stay submerged for months on a single fuel load, covering vast distances without surfacing. The only limit for an Ohio-class submarine is crew supplies. Unlike the Russians, the U.S. Navy resupplies at sea every 3 months. First, the submarine surfaces at a safe location. Drones deliver small items and survey the area. Then, MQ-60SO and MV-22BOS aircraft bring tools, spare parts, and medical gear. Heavy supplies, mainly food, are dropped by C-17 Globemasters. This approach keeps the crew operational and the ballistic missile submarines ready, making them extremely difficult to track. For Russia, the Ohio-class submarine was a nightmare. Created under Reagan in 1980, it could destroy the Soviet Union with a single strike. The Kremlin tried desperately to counter it, but their resources were far below America's. As they struggled to keep up, the Soviet Union grew weaker, and before any solution could be found, it collapsed, marking Moscow's failure in the naval arms race. Today, Moscow can no longer maintain its nuclear submarines like before. Many Soviet-era vessels are being dismantled. Currently, only 8 Bay-class submarines are operational, far fewer than the 14 Ohio-class subs ready in the U.S. Unlike Russian subs, Ohio-class submarines have seen combat. Most recently during the Nighthammer operation in June 2025, an Ohio-class submarine suddenly launched 20 Tomahawk cruise missiles at Iran, striking critical infrastructure in Isfahan. This was merely a diversion, allowing B-2 Spirit stealth bombers to enter Iran and strike with bunker-busting bombs. Iran was lucky. The missiles carried only conventional warheads. If not, Tomahawks with W-80 nukes could create blasts 10 times Hiroshima's. The Ohio-class submarine, fully armed with ballistic missiles, would make Iran's military powerless. Looking at Russia, their Bory-class submarines have never seen real combat, even when crises demanded action. In 2024, during Assad's protection, their subs remained idle as allies fell. Today in Ukraine, Russia faces unprecedented losses, while Iran is pressured by Israel and the US, yet the 8 Borys take no action, suggesting Russia's nuclear submarine deployment capability is limited. They aren't ready to use their best subs in combat, only in exercises. Then a chilling thought hits. You realize the Ohio-class submarines, after nearly 50 years, are nearing retirement. The Pentagon planned to replace them with the modern Columbia-class fleet, but delays and budget limits pushed the first delivery to 2027. In the meantime, Virginia-class submarines temporarily fill the gap, yet they lack Ohio's unmatched destructive power. Meanwhile, Russia and China are advancing, deploying nuclear submarines and warships far more capable. Smaller U.S. subs, armed only with Tomahawks, cannot maintain strategic deterrence. The remaining Ohio-class vessels must continue service, as only they can strike decisively with a single salvo. Starting in 2030, Ohio retirements will reduce U.S. deterrence, and Columbia delays heighten risk. Could rivals exploit this window? The Pentagon's contingency plans remain unclear. As a U.S. service member, you stay vigilant. Protecting your country, ensuring strategic deterrence, and defending national security remain your mission, no matter the challenges ahead.